I'm Emily, 32, sitting at my kitchen table, the glow of my phone lighting up the dark. Last weekend's family reunion still hums in my chest, all laughter and barbecue smoke. I open my banking app expecting the usual. My heart stops. $0. I refresh hands, shaking, but it's real. My brother-in-law's smirk at the reunion flashes back his casual, "We needed a break." Was it him? How could family do this? Trust feels like a cracked mug now. Have you ever been blindsided by someone close? Subscribe, share where you're watching from, and let's unravel this together. Rain taps my apartment window, a steady rhythm against the quiet. I'm still at my kitchen table, phone clutched tight, the bank's hold music looping in my ear. My name's Emily, 32, and I'm a graphic designer who thought family meant safety. The zero balance on my screen feels like a punch. $15,000 gone. My savings for a new laptop, a trip, a cushion for lean months. I whisper to myself. It's a glitch, right? But my gut twists, picturing Derek's sly grin at Aunt Clara's farmhouse last weekend. The bank rep finally picks up. Her voice is calm, professional, but it cuts. "Ma'am, a transfer was made Sunday afternoon. $15,000 to an external account. No authorization flagged." My breath catches. Sunday. The reunion. I was laughing with cousins passing potato salad while someone robbed me blind. "Can you trace it?" I ask, voice cracking. She promises to investigate, but says it'll take days. Days. I hang up, staring at the wall, my thrift store lamp casting shadows that feel too heavy. I close my eyes, and the reunion plays like a movie. Aunt Clara's porch was crowded, kids running the air thick with charcoal and honeysuckle. Derek, my sister Hannah's husband, was there, all charm and loud laughs. He's a mechanic, or was before he got laid off. Always talking big, promising Hannah a better life. I see him now, hovering near the picnic table where I'd left my purse. I'd stepped away to help Clara with dishes, trusting everyone. Family, you know. But his eyes had darted, hadn't they? Or am I imagining it? I shake my head. Accusing Derek feels wrong, like betraying Hannah. She's my big sister, the one who braided my hair for prom, who cried with me when Dad passed. But doubt creeps in, cold and sharp. I grab my phone again, dialing her. It rings twice before she answers, her voice warm but distracted. "Em, hey, kids are wild tonight. What's up?" I swallow, trying to sound steady. "Hannah, something's wrong. My bank account's empty. 15 grand gone. The bank says it was transferred Sunday during the reunion." Silence stretches too long. Did Derek mention anything? He was near my stuff? Her laugh is quick, brittle. "Emily, come on. Derek's been stressed, yeah, but he wouldn't do that. You probably clicked some scam link. Don't jump to conclusions." Her words sting like I'm the one being unreasonable. I grip the table, my knuckles pale. "Hannah, I didn't click anything. Someone logged in from a device that wasn't mine." She sighs, and I hear a door close on her end, muffling the kids' noise. "Look, Em, we're drowning in bills. Derek's trying. Maybe you misplaced your card. Let's not make this a thing. Not make this a thing." My life savings, and she's brushing it off. I want to scream, but my voice stays small. "Can you just ask him? Please?" "Yeah, sure," she says. But it's hollow, like she's already decided I'm wrong. We hang up, and the rain feels louder, like it's mocking me. I walk to my fridge, where a photo from the reunion is pinned under a magnet. Me, Hannah, Derek, all smiling. His arms around me, fingers curled too tight on my shoulder. It didn't bother me then. Now it's all I see. I sink onto my couch, the springs creaking under me. My apartment's small, every corner familiar. but it feels foreign tonight. I think of Dad's old coffee mug from the reunion, how it grounded me. This couch was his, too reupholstered, but still smelling faintly of his aftershave. He'd tell me to trust my instincts, wouldn't he? But instincts say Derek's guilty, and that means Hannah's lying, or worse, complicit. The thought makes my chest ache like I'm losing her already. My phone buzzes a text from Zoe, my coworker. She's all sharp edges and tech smarts, the one who always calls out bad clients. Drinks tomorrow. You sound off. I hesitate, then type back, bank account strained. Reunion. Think it's family. Her reply is instant. Holy crap. M, come to my place. We'll dig. Zoe's been burned before some cousin who cleaned out her savings. She'll get it. Maybe she'll see what I can't. I stand pacing my bare feet cold on the hardwood. The bank's words echo external account Sunday afternoon. I open my laptop, hands trembling, and log into my email. There's got to be something, a clue. My inbox loads, and there it is, buried under spam, a bank alert time-stamped 3:17 p.m. Sunday. New device login detected. My pulse races. I was at the reunion, nowhere near a new device. Someone else was. I'm still staring at that bank alert, the timestamp burning into me, 3:17 p.m. Sunday. My apartment feels smaller, the walls pressing in as I scroll through my email hunting for more. Nothing else stands out, just newsletters and bills. My hands shake, not from cold, but from something deeper, a betrayal I can't name yet. I slam my laptop shut and grab my coat. Zoe's place is a 20-minute walk, and I need air even if it's damp and heavy with rain. The streets are quiet streetlights reflecting off puddles. I'm Emily, 32, and I've always trusted too easily. Dad used to say I wore my heart like a badge, but tonight it feels like a target. Zoe's apartment is in a brick walk-up, all graffiti and buzzing intercoms. She buzzes me in, and I climb the stairs, my sneakers squeaking. Her door's already open, and she's there all wild curls and a don't mess with me stare. Spill, she says, handing me a mug of tea that smells like mint. I sink into her couch, the fabric worn but soft, and tell her everything. The empty account, the bank's report, Derek's weird vibe at the reunion. Zoe's eyes narrow. Your brother-in-law, the guy with the loud truck, sketchy. She grabs her laptop, fingers flying. Let's check that login. IP addresses don't lie. I sip the tea, scalding my tongue, but it keeps me grounded. Zoe's a tech wizard, the one who saved our office from a ransomware scare. If anyone can dig up dirt, it's her. I had a cousin pull this crap once, she says, not looking up. Took my rent money for his business. Never saw a dime back. Family can be the worst thieves. Her words hit hard, like she's holding a mirror to my fear. The screen glows as she traces the IP from the bank alert. I lean in, my stomach nodding. It's a public Wi-Fi, she says. Some coffee shop called Brewhaven, 10 miles from your aunt's place. My heart skips. Brewhaven's near Derek and Hannah's duplex. I've been there grabbing lattes with Hannah while her kids played in the park. Could be a coincidence, I mutter, but it sounds weak even to me. Zoe snorts. Coincidence? Nah. Let's see if Derek's dumb enough to leave a trail. She pulls up a map, pinning the coffee shop's location. It's a 5-minute drive from their place. My mind races, piecing it together. Derek could have slipped out during the reunion, used my phone, logged in. But how'd he get my password? I'm careful, aren't I? Then I remember my password saved in my notes app, no lock screen. Stupid Emily. I stand pacing Zoe's tiny living room, dodging a stack of vinyl records. I need to talk to someone else. I say, thinking of Nate, my cousin. He was at the reunion, all nervous energy, asking for a loan to fix his car. Maybe he saw something. I text him, keeping it light. Hey, weird question. Notice anything off with my purse at Clara's? His reply comes fast. Nah, I was broke. not sneaky. Sorry you're dealing with this. Nate's words ease one worry, but tighten another. If not him, it's Derek. I sink back onto the couch, my tea cold now. Zoe's still typing, her brow furrowed. Got something, she says, voice low. She turns the laptop toward me. It's a digital footprint, a device ID linked to the coffee shop's Wi-Fi. This phone's been there before, regularly. You know anyone who hangs out at Brewhaven? I nod, my throat tight. Derek's always at that shop posting selfies with foam art, acting like he's got it all together. Hannah tags along sometimes, but it's his spot. I can see him there smug, tapping into my account while I was slicing watermelon at Clara's, trusting him. The thought makes my chest burn, not just anger, but shame. How didn't I see this? Zoe closes her laptop, her eyes soft but firm. You need proof before you confront him. People like that twist everything. She's right, but the waiting feels like drowning. I thank her, promising to call tomorrow and head home. The rain's stopped, but the air's heavy, like it's holding its breath. Back in my apartment, I lock the door, double-checking the bolt. My phone sits on the counter, a traitor I trusted too much. I open my banking app again, not expecting answers, just needing to do something. A new alert pops up, a failed login attempt from an hour ago. Same device. My blood runs cold. Whoever did this isn't done. They're still trying to take more, and I'm running out of time to stop them. The drive to Derek and Hannah's duplex is a blur, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tight my knuckles ache. I'm Emily, 32, and the weight of that failed login attempt from last night sits like a stone in my chest. Rain's gone, but the sky's gray, matching the churn in my gut. Zoe's words echo, get proof. I've got the bank alert, the IP traced to Brewhaven, but it's not enough. I need Derek to look me in the eye and explain. Their place is a squat brick building, kids' bikes tipped over in the yard, curtains half drawn. I park my old Honda creaking and sit for a second rehearsing. Hey Derek, my account's empty. Know anything? No too soft? I need answers, not his charm. My phone buzzes a text from Zoe. You got this. Don't let him squirm out. I shove it in my pocket and knock. Hannah opens the door, her hair messy, a dish towel slung over her shoulder. You didn't call. Her smile's thin, like she's already bracing. I step inside, the air thick with the smell of mac and cheese and something sour, like unwashed laundry. Derek's on the couch, feet up, scrolling his phone. Their kids are upstairs, voices muffled, arguing over a game. I need to talk, I say, my voice steadier than I feel. Hannah glances at Derek, then back at me, her eyes narrowing. About what? I swallow, setting my bag on the counter, the bank alert screenshot burning a hole in my pocket. My account, Hannah. 15 grand gone. Transferred during the reunion. The bank traced it to Brewhaven, your coffee shop. Derek snorts, not even looking up. Brewhaven. Half the town goes there. M? You gonna accuse everyone? His tone's lazy, but there's an edge, like he's daring me. I clench my fists, nails biting my palms. It was a new device, Derek. Sunday, 3:17 p.m. You were at Clara's, right? Or did you slip out? Hannah freezes, the dish towel twisting in her hands. Emily, stop. You're being paranoid. Derek was with us all day. But her voice wavers, and she won't meet my eyes. I step closer, my heart pounding. Was he? Because the IP's from your neighborhood, and I know you're drowning in debt. So tell me. Derek, why's my money gone? He finally looks up. His jaw, tight eyes cold. You're single, Em. No kids, no mortgage. What do you need 15 grand for? We needed it more than you. The words hit like a slap, casual but cruel. My breath catches and I stare at Hannah, waiting for her to say something, anything. She just stands there, lips pressed thin like she's swallowing her own shame. Needed it, I say, my voice rising. You stole from me. My savings, my safety net, and you're acting like I owe you? Derek leans forward, smirking. Family helps family. You'd have given it to us anyway, right? We just skipped the asking. I want to scream to shake Hannah until she sees what he's doing, but she speaks soft and sharp. We're struggling. The kids' school fees, the car loan. You don't get it. I laugh bitter, my eyes stinging. I don't get it. I've been eating ramen to save that money, Hannah. I skipped vacations, worked overtime, and you let him take it. She flinches, but Derek cuts in. Let's not play victim. You left your phone out all trusting. That's on you. His words twist the knife, and I see it now, the way he's always dodged blame, charming his way out. The room feels too small, their cluttered coffee table piled with bills and takeout containers closing in. I think of Hannah teaching me to ride a bike, her hands steady on the seat, promising she'd never let me fall. Now she's watching me crash silent. Hannah, I say, almost a whisper. You're my sister. How could you? She looks away, her hands shaking as she folds the towel over and over. We didn't mean to hurt you, she mumbles. It just happened. It just happened. Like my life's work is pocket change. I'm about to speak when a creak comes from the hall, Mrs. Gale, their neighbor, steps in her face tight. She must have heard us through the thin walls. Emily, she says, voice low. I didn't want to butt in, but Derek's been at the casino again. Saw him last week flashing cash. My stomach drops. Casino. Not bills, not school fees. Derek's gambling, and my money's gone to his bets. Hannah gasps, turning to him. Derek, you said... He stands towering over Gale. Mind your business, old lady. Gale doesn't blink. I mind when I see wrong. She looks at me, her eyes kind but firm. Check his car, Emily. He keeps stuff in the glove box. Derek lunges toward her, but Hannah grabs his arm, her face pale. I back toward the door, my pulse racing, Gale's words ringing. The glove box. Proof. I need it. But right now I need out before this room chokes me. Sir. I stumble out of Derek and Hannah's duplex, the air sharp in my lungs, Mrs. Gale's words echoing, check his car. My hands shake as I cross their patchy lawn. Derek's truck parked crooked by the curb. I'm Emily, 32, and the world feels like it's tilting my sister's silence a blade in my ribs. I glance back, half expecting Derek to charge out, but the door stays shut. The street's quiet, just a dog barking somewhere, the dusk swallowing what's left of the day. His trucks unlock the handle cold under my fingers. I slip inside the cab, smelling of stale coffee and motor oil. The glove box clicks open, spilling receipts, a half-empty pack of gum, and a folded paper. My heart hammers as I unfolded a casino betting slip dated last Sunday, $5,000 on blackjack. My money flushed on a losing hand. I stuff it in my pocket, my chest so tight I can barely breathe. Back in my car, I sit frozen, the slip crumpled in my fist. Hannah knew, didn't she? Her excuses about bills, her trembling hands, they were lies to shield Derek's addiction. I think of our childhood sharing a bunk bed, whispering secrets under the covers. She'd promised to always have my back. Now she's chosen him a man who'd rather bet my future than face his own failures. The betrayal burns hotter than anger, a grief I can't name. I drive to Brew Haven, needing something, anything to anchor me. The coffee shop's warm, all wood tables and soft jazz, but it feels wrong, like stepping into a crime scene. I approach the counter, my voice low, showing the barista a photo of Derek from my phone. Recognize him, the guy? Jamie nods, wiping his hands on his apron. Yeah, he's here a lot. Sunday too. Bragging about some big wins, said he was headed to Vegas. Vegas. Not school fees, not survival. My knees weaken and I grip the counter. Jamie's eyes soften. You okay? My dad did something like that, took my college fund for slots, never got it back. His story lands like a weight mirroring my own. I force a nod, muttering thanks, and buy a coffee I won't drink just to move to breathe. Outside, I sit on a bench, the cup cooling in my hands. I call Mom, my last hope, praying she'll listen. She picks up her voice, tired. Emily, it's late. What's wrong? I spill it all, the casino slip, Brewhaven, Hannah's lies. Mom, they stole from me. I need you to back me up. Silence stretches, then she sighs. Don't do this, Em. You'll rip the family apart. Money's not worth that. Her words gut me, like I'm the one breaking us. Not worth it, I say, my voice cracking. Mom, it's my life. They took everything. She hesitates, then says, Derek's family. We don't turn on each other. Just let it go. Let it go. Like my years of scraping by mean nothing. I hang up my eyes, blurring the coffee shop's neon sign a smear in the dark. I'm alone now, really alone. My family's drawing lines, and I'm on the wrong side. I think of Dad, how he'd sit me on his lap, promising I'd always have a home. But he's gone, and the home he left is crumbling. The betting slip in my pocket feels like proof, but also a trap, pulling me deeper into a fight I didn't choose. I head home, the road blurring my heart, heavy with what's coming next. I'm back at Aunt Clara's farmhouse, the air thick with the scent of lemon polish and leftover pie. It's the post-reunion cleanup, and I'm Emily, 32, my hands trembling as I carry a stack of folding chairs to the porch. The casino betting slip is tucked in my jeans, a secret that feels heavier than the chairs. Families everywhere, cousins wiping tables, kids chasing fireflies in the yard, their laughter jarring against the storm in my chest. I've got proof now, but saying it out loud feels like setting fire to everything. Inside, the living room's crowded, the wood floor creaking underfoot. Aunt Clara's fussing over a tray of iced tea, her smile warm but distracted. Derek's leaning against the mantel, joking with Uncle Ray, his voice loud like he owns the room. Hannah's nearby stacking plates, her shoulders stiff. I catch her eye, hoping for a flicker of guilt, but she looks away quick, like I'm a stranger. My throat tightens, but I'm done waiting. I set the chairs down, my voice cutting through the chatter. Derek, we need to talk. The room quiets, heads turning. He raises an eyebrow, all easy charm. What's up, Em? You look stressed. His tone's light, but his eyes are sharp, calculating. I pull the betting slip from my pocket, holding it up, my hand steady despite the pounding in my chest. This. From your truck. $5,000 on blackjack, dated last Sunday. My money. Gasps ripple through the room. Clara freezes a glass, slipping from her hand, shattering on the floor. Derek laughs short and harsh. You're out of your mind, Emily. Digging through my stuff. That's low. But his face pales just for a second, and I see it, the crack in his mask. I step closer, my voice louder now. Brewhaven's Wi-Fi. A login to my bank account same day. You were there bragging about a win. Explain that. Hannah drops the plates she's holding, the clatter echoing. Emily, stop it, she snaps, her voice shaking. You're embarrassing us. This isn't the place. Her words sting like I'm the one tearing us apart. I turn to her, my eyes burning. Embarrassing. You let him steal $15,000 from me? Hannah, my savings gone on his bets. And you're defending him. The room's dead silent now. Everyone's staring. Uncle Ray steps forward, his brow furrowed. Hold on. What's this about stealing? Derek cuts in, his voice rising. She's paranoid, Ray. Lost her money, now she's pointing fingers. Classic Emily making drama. His smirk makes my skin crawl like he's already won. I pull out my phone, showing the bank alert screenshot. This isn't drama. It's theft. Sunday, 3 to 17 p.m. My account was drained. You were at Brewhaven, Derek, not here. Clara's voice breaks the silence, soft, almost pleading. Emily, honey, let's not do this now. We're family. Family. The word twists in me, bitter. I think of Dad, how he'd gather us here, promising we'd always hold each other up. Now Clara's standing there, her hands clasped, choosing peace over truth. Not now, I say, my voice cracking. When he takes more, when I'm broke and alone. Derek steps toward me, his jaw tight. You're ruining everything you know. That, just drop it. His tone's low, threatening, and for a second I falter, the weight of everyone's eyes crushing me. Then I hear a small voice from the corner. It's Lily, my teenage cousin, her hands twisting her sweater. I saw him, she says, barely audible. At the reunion. He took your purse, Emily. I didn't say anything because I was scared. The room erupts, voices overlapping shock and disbelief. Lily's words hit like a tidal wave, confirming everything. I stare at Derek, waiting for him to deny it, but he's silent, his fists clenched, his charm gone. Hannah's crying now, her hands covering her face, and I want to reach for her, to shake her, to beg her to choose me. But I'm rooted, the truth too heavy, the family I loved splintering right here, right now. Lily's confession hangs in Aunt Clara's living room, a bomb that's blown the air out of everyone. I'm Emily, 32, standing frozen, my phone still clutched tight, the bank alert glowing like a wound. Derek's face twists, no more smirks, just raw anger. You little liar, he snaps at Lily, his voice booming. She shrinks back, her eyes wide, and I step in front of her, my heart racing. Don't you dare, I say, my voice low, trembling with rage. Hannah's sobs break the silence, loud and jagged, her hands still covering her face. Derek, tell me she's wrong. She chokes out, but he ignores her, turning to me. You planned this, didn't you? Dragging a kid into your vendetta? His words are venom, and the room spins. Cousins murmuring, some nodding like they believe him. I feel naked, my pain laid bare for judgment, and it's suffocating. I pull up the bank's voicemail, my fingers clumsy, and hit play. The rep's voice fills the room, calm and damning. Confirmed fraudulent transfer, $15,000, Sunday, 3:17 p.m. to an account not registered to you. The murmurs stop, replaced by stunned silence. I lock eyes with Derek. That's my money. You took it for Vegas for your bets. Admit it. He laughs, a hollow, desperate sound, and it chills me. You're pathetic, Emily. Spinning stories to make yourself the victim. We went to Vegas, sure, but it was our money. Our money. The lie's so bold it steals my breath. Hannah lifts her head, her face streaked with tears. Our money, she whispers, her voice breaking. You told me it was a loan, Derek. You said we'd pay it back. The room shifts, eyes turning to Derek, but he doesn't flinch. Don't start, Hannah. You knew what we needed. Her gasp is sharp, like she's been slapped, and I see it the moment she realizes he's used her too. I want to feel vindicated, but it hurts worse knowing my sister's been his pawn. Knew what I press, my voice shaking. That you'd rob me blind while I was pouring lemonade for your kids, Uncle Ray steps in, his voice like gravel. Enough, Derek, explain yourself now. He's a retired cop, his presence heavy, and the room leans toward him, waiting. Derek's jaw clenches, his hands balling into fists. Explain what? She's got no proof. Just a slip and a kid's word. You gonna arrest me over that, Ray? His defiance is a wall, and I feel it, the family slipping away, some still doubting me. Hannah's voice cuts through, small but piercing. I saw the Venmo, Derek. You sent $5,000 to that casino guy, labeled Vegas Fun. Sunday night. The room gasps again, and I turn to her, shocked. She's staring at Derek, her eyes hollow like she's seeing him for the first time. You used her money, she says louder now. You lied to me. To us. Derek's face darkens, and he steps toward her. His voice low. Shut up, Hannah. You're making it worse. She flinches, and I move between them, my pulse roaring. Don't threaten her, I say, but my voice cracks, betraying the fear beneath my anger. The room's a powder keg, everyone frozen, watching. Clara's wringing her hands, silent, her peacemaker role useless now. Lily's trembling behind me, her breath shaky. I think of her courage, speaking up when I couldn't, and it fuels me. You're done, Derek, I say, my voice rising. You stole from me, lied to Hannah, scared a kid. What's next? He lunges forward, not touching me, but close enough to make me stumble back. You're tearing this family apart, he shouts, and the words echo final like a door slamming shut. Uncle Ray grabs Derek's arm, his grip iron. Back off now! His voice is a command, and Derek freezes, but his eyes burn into me, promising this isn't over. Hannah's crying harder, her body shaking, and I want to hold her, but I can't move. The family's staring, some at me, some at Derek, and I feel it. The fracture, the moment everything I trusted breaks. Ray slams the front door open, the bang shaking the house, his voice cold. We're calling the cops. I'm empty, my heart a hollow ache, nothing left but the wreckage. The echo of Uncle Ray's door slam still rings in my ears as I drive away from Aunt Clara's, the night swallowing the farmhouse behind me. I'm Emily, 32, and my hands are steady on the wheel, but inside, I'm a mess. Lily's confession and Hannah's tears clawing at me. Derek's lies, his threats, they've stripped away the family I thought I had. But something shifts, a quiet fire starting to burn. I'm done being the victim. I need to act to take back what's mine. The police station is a low brick building, fluorescent lights buzzing like a headache. I park, clutching a folder with the betting slip, the bank alert screenshot, and a USB of the voicemail. My sneakers squeak on the linoleum as I walk in the air, sharp with coffee and ink. At the counter, a woman in uniform looks up her badge, reading, Officer Tessa. Can I help you? She asks, her voice kind but direct. I take a breath, setting the folder down. My name's Emily. I need to file a report. My brother-in-law stole $15,000 from my bank account. The words feel heavy, final, like signing a contract. Tessa nods, pulling out a form, her pen poised. Start from the beginning. Details matter. I tell her everything, my voice low but clear, the reunion, the login at Brewhaven, the casino slip, Lily's witness. My hands shake, but I keep going, laying out the truth like bricks in a wall. Tessa listens, her eyes steady, jotting notes. When I finish, she leans back, tapping her pen. This is solid. The evidence helps, especially the kid's statement. We'll need to verify, but it's enough to start. Her words are a lifeline, but guilt tugs at me. I'm pressing charges against my sister's husband. What does that do to Hannah? To her kids? I think of her face at Clara's broken, but she chose him over me. That thought hardens my resolve. You're doing the right thing, Tessa says, like she's reading my mind. I had to cut off my brother for something like this. Stole from our mom's savings. Hurt like hell. But sometimes you gotta protect yourself. Her story lands soft, a mirror to my own, and I nod, swallowing hard. Thanks. I whisper, my throat tight. She slides the form over, and I sign my name, a promise to keep going. Back in my car, I sit for a minute, the folder on the passenger seat. The station's lights cast shadows across my dashboard, and I feel it a shift inside, like I'm standing taller, even sitting here. I think of Dad, how he'd budget every penny, teaching me to guard what I'd earned. I've let Derek walk over that lesson, but no more. My phone buzzes a text from Zoe. Anything yet? I type back, filed the report. Not stopping now. Her reply is quick. Hell yeah, Em. Keep swinging. I drive home, the city lights blurring past my mind, racing. The report's just the start, but it's something, a line I've drawn. I picture Derek's face, his smugness cracking when he hears about this. It's not revenge, not really, but justice, a word I've never claimed before. My apartment's dark when I walk in, the familiar creak of the floor grounding me. I set the folder on my counter next to a potted plant I've kept alive for years, a small victory. I sink onto my couch, the springs groaning, and pull out my notebook, an old one Dad gave me, its edges worn. I start writing, not a budget this time, but a plan, gather more evidence, talk to Lily, brace for the family's backlash. My pen moves fast, the words spilling out, each one a step toward reclaiming my life. I'm not just Emily, the one who trusted too much. I'm Emily, the one who fights back, and I'm just getting started. My apartment's quiet, the hum of the fridge the only sound as I close Dad's notebook, my plan inked across its pages. I'm Emily, 32, and the police report I filed hours ago feels like a door I've kicked open, one I can't walk back through. But it's not enough. Derek's lies, Hannah's betrayal, they've carved something out of me, and I need to face the family, to say what I've done, to stand in the truth no matter who turns away. I text Uncle Ray, Lily, and a few cousins, asking them to come to my place tomorrow night. No Hannah, no Derek. My fingers hesitate over Mom's name, but I add her too. She needs to hear this, even if she fights it. The message is short. We need to talk about the reunion. My place? 7 p.m. I hit send. My stomach twisting, but there's a steadiness beneath it, like I'm finally steering my own ship. The next day, I clean my apartment, scrubbing counters, fluffing pillows, like I'm preparing for a funeral. Maybe I am for the family I thought I had. I set out a tray of store-bought cookies, their sweetness clashing with the weight in my chest. By 7, they're here. Ray, his jaw set. Lily clutching a sketchbook. Cousins Nate and Sarah uneasy. And Mom, her purse gripped tight, eyes avoiding mine. The room feels too small, their presence heavy, but I stand tall, my voice ready. Thanks for coming, I say, leaning against my kitchen counter, the folder of evidence beside me. I filed a police report against Derek yesterday. He stole $15,000 from my bank account during the reunion. I have proof, a betting slip, bank records, a witness. I nod at Lily, who blushes but lifts her chin. My words land like stones, and I see it, the flicker of shocked doubt, maybe respect. Mom speaks first, her voice sharp. Emily, you're going too far. He's Hannah's husband. You'll destroy her. Her words sting, but I expected them. I look at her steady. Mom, he destroyed me first. My savings gone. Hannah knew and did nothing. I can't let that slide. She flinches, her hands twisting her purse strap, but she stays quiet, and that silence feels like a crack in her armor. Ray clears his throat, his cop voice firm. I've known Derek's type. Always a scam, always an excuse. Found out he pulled this on a buddy years ago, conned him out of a car loan. You're right to push Emily. His support is a lifeline grounding me. Nate shifts, uncomfortable. I didn't see it, Em, but I believe you. Derek's always been off. Sarah nods, her eyes soft. We've got your back. Lily's voice is small but clear. He scared me too. Asked me for money last month, said it was for the kids. I lied, said I had none. Her admission hits hard, a new layer of Derek's greed. I reach for her hand, squeezing it, and she squeezes back our shared hurt, a quiet bond. The room's warmer now, their words stitching something new. Not family as I knew it, but something stronger, built on truth. I pass around copies of the bank alert, the betting slip letting the evidence speak. Mom's hands tremble as she reads, her face crumpling. I didn't know, she whispers, and I believe her, but it doesn't erase her dismissal before. I needed you to see. I say, my voice soft but firm. This isn't just about money. It's about who we are, what we let slide. The meeting stretches, late voices, overlapping stories of Derek's smaller betrayals, surfacing, a borrowed tool, never returned, a loan dodged. I listen, my heart heavy but lighter too, like I'm shedding a weight I didn't know I carried. As they leave, Ray pulls me aside. Your dad would be proud, kid. Keep going. His words settle deep, a balm on an old wound. Alone, I check my phone. A text from Hannah sent an hour ago. Please drop the case, Em. Derek's sorry. We'll fix it. I stare at the words, her desperation clear. But it's too late for apologies. I set the phone down, my eyes falling on the potted plant, its leaves green and stubborn, thriving despite everything. I don't reply. Instead, I pick up a pen, open my notebook, and write one word: enough. It's not loud, not bold, but it's mine, and it's final. Weeks have passed since I stood in my apartment claiming my truth to the family. I'm Emily, 32, and the police report I filed against Derek has set things in motion, a machine I can't stop. Today's his hearing, and I'm at the courthouse, a gray building that smells of wax and old paper. My blazer's too stiff, bought secondhand for this moment, and my stomach churns as I sit on a wooden bench, the folder of evidence heavy in my lap. The courtroom's small, all polished wood and flickering lights. Derek's there in a cheap suit, his hair combed back, looking smaller than I remember. Hannah's in the gallery, her face drawn, eyes fixed on the floor. I don't look at her long, the ache too raw. The judge, a woman with sharp glasses, calls the case, her voice flat. I'm called to speak, and my legs wobble as I stand, but my voice holds. I'm Emily, I say, facing the judge. Derek stole $15,000 from my account during a family reunion. I have bank records, a casino slip, a witness. I slide the folder forward, my hands steady. The judge nods, flipping through her face, unreadable. Derek's lawyer, a tired-looking man, argues it's circumstantial that I was careless with my phone, but the evidence piles up heavy, undeniable. Derek takes the stand, his voice low, almost contrite. I made a mistake, he says, glancing at Hannah. I was desperate, thought I could win it back at the casino. I'm sorry. Sorry. The word's a pebble against a mountain, and I clench my jaw, waiting. The judge leans forward, her gaze piercing. You admit to the theft? Derek nods barely, and the room shifts, a collective breath released. The gavel falls sharp and final. Guilty. Restitution ordered, $15,000 plus probation. No jail, but a record, a stain he can't charm away. I should feel relief, but it's hollow, like drinking water when you're starving. Derek's let out. His shoulders slumped, and Hannah follows, not looking at me. I sit the bench hard beneath me, the victory cold. Outside in the courthouse hall, Aunt Clara's waiting, her coat buttoned wrong, her face soft with regret. Emily, she says, her voice trembling. I didn't see it, how bad he was. I'm sorry I stayed quiet. Her apology catches me off guard, a crack in the wall between us. She hesitates, then adds, I can help with your rent till you're repaid. It's the least I can do. I nod, my throat tight, unsure if I can trust her yet. Clara's words linger as I leave, the sky outside heavy with clouds. I think of the family meeting, how I drew a line, and now the consequences are real. Derek's humbled Hannah's silent, Clara's reaching out. But it's not enough, not yet. I walk to my car, the folder lighter now, but my chest heavy with what's lost. Hannah's kids. My nephews will grow up with this shadow, and I wonder if they'll hate me someday. I drive to a park near my apartment, needing air. The swings are empty, creaking in the breeze, and I sit on one, my shoes scuffing the dirt. My phone stays silent. No texts, no calls, just the weight of what I've done. I've won, but it feels like standing in rubble the family I fought for fractured maybe forever. I close my eyes, the swing swaying, and let the quiet settle heavy and still. The park's swings creak behind me as I walk back to my car, the air cool against my skin. I'm Emily, 32, and the courthouse's echo-guilty restitution feels distant now, like a song I can't quite hear. My phone buzzes in my pocket, and I pull it out expecting Zoe or Lily. It's Mom. A voicemail, her voice thin through the static. Emily. I was wrong. I let Derek slide, thought it kept us together. Call me. I stop my breath, catching her words a weight I didn't expect. I don't call back, not yet. Instead, I drive to a diner near my place one Dad loved, its neon sign flickering. Inside, it's all vinyl booths and the clink of dishes. I slide into a corner seat, ordering tea I won't drink just to sit somewhere that feels like him. The waitress, an older woman with kind eyes, leaves me be, sensing I'm not here for talk. My mind drifts to Lily, her quiet strength at the family meeting, her sketchbook clutched like a shield. I text her, asking to meet soon, maybe help her with college apps. She replies fast, a simple yes, please, and it's a spark, a new thread to hold on to. I think of Zoe too, her fierce loyalty, and how she's pushing me to lock down my accounts tighter. I've set up new passwords, fraud alerts, a fortress around what's left of me. The diner's door jingles, and I look up half expecting family, but it's just a stranger. Still, it jolts me, the fear that Hannah might show up pleading again. Her text from the meeting begging me to drop the case sits unanswered in my phone, a ghost I can't face. I picture her now, alone in their duplex, Derek's apology ringing hollow, her kids asking questions she can't answer. I hate that I care, but I do. A letter from Uncle Ray arrived yesterday, slipped under my door, his handwriting shaky but firm. You stood tall, Emily. Your dad's smiling somewhere. He enclosed a photo Dad at a barbecue apron on, laughing. I keep it in my wallet now, a reminder of what I'm fighting for, not against. Ray's words shift something a crack, letting light in, but it's faint, overshadowed by the quiet around me. I pay for the tea, leaving a tip I can't afford, and step outside. The street's empty, the neon sign buzzing softly. My phone lights up a bank notification, a deposit $500 labeled Restitution Payment 1. Derek's first step to repay me, ordered by the court. It's real, a fraction of what's owed, but it lands like a pebble in a still pond, rippling through the ache. I should feel triumphant, but it's just there. Back home, I sit on my balcony, a tiny square overlooking the city's glow. The chair's wobbly, but I don't care. I think of the family, how they've scattered since the hearing, some calling, some silent. Clara's offer to help, Mom's voicemail, Lily's text. They're pieces of a puzzle I can't fit together. I've won the case, drawn the line, but the cost is this quiet, a family reshaped, faces missing from the table. I pull my knees up, the night air sharp, and stare at the stars faint against the city lights. The restitution's a start, but it doesn't fill the hollow where Hannah used to be, where Mom's trust should have stood. I'm stronger now, I know that, but strength feels lonely tonight. A weight I carry alone. I close my eyes, letting the city hum, and the world feels vast, my place in it small and bruised. My apartment's bathed in soft morning light, the kind that makes everything feel possible. I'm Emily, 32, and for the first time in months, I'm not waking to dread. The air smells of coffee and fresh soil from the new herbs I've potted on my windowsill, their green leaves a quiet promise. Derek's first restitution payment sits in my account, a small step. But it's something. I'm not whole yet, but I'm piecing myself together, one careful stitch at a time. I'm hosting a dinner tonight, just a few people, the ones who've stayed. My dining table, a wobbly thrift store find, is set with mismatched plates and a candle I splurged on its glow warm against the dusk. Zoe's coming, her sharp wit a comfort, along with Lily, my cousin, who's become a sister in ways Hannah never could. Uncle Ray's here too, his steady presence like an anchor. They arrived, their voices filling the room, a sound I'd forgotten I loved. Zoe's got a bottle of cheap wine, grinning as she pours. To you. M for kicking ass, she says, and I laugh, the sound foreign but welcome. Lily sets her sketchbook on the counter, shyly showing me a drawing, a girl standing tall against a storm. It's you, she says, and my throat tightens, her faith in me a gift. Ray's carving a roast. I overcooked a little, his knife steady, his stories of Dad spilling out. He'd have loved this, he says, nodding at the table at us. You've got his fight, Emily, but softer, better. His words settle deep like a stone smoothed by a river. We eat the food, simple but good, and talk turns to old times, summers at the lake. Dad's bad fishing jokes. It's not the family I lost, but it's enough a new kind of home. Between bites, I slip into the kitchen to grab more napkins, pausing by the window. The city's alive below, lights twinkling, and I think of the months since the reunion, the courthouse, the silences. I've started journaling, not plans now, but truths. I'm enough with or without Hannah's apology. I miss her, but I don't need her to fix me. The thoughts, a quiet strength, like the herbs growing despite my clumsy care. Zoe joins me, leaning against the counter, her wine glass half empty. You're different, you know, she says, her voice low. Not louder, just solid. Like you've built something. I smile, small but real. Took a lot of breaking to get here, I say, and she nods, her own scars unspoken but understood. We stand there, the chatter from the table, a soft hum, and I feel it, a stillness I haven't known in years. Back at the table, Lily's laughing at Ray's story, her face open free. I think of the freelance job I landed last week, a logo design that paid enough to cover rent, a step toward replacing what Derek took. It's not about the money, not really, but the freedom, the proof. I can stand alone. The candle flickers, casting shadows that dance across the plates, and I let myself breathe, the moment soft, like a page turning. The dinner's winding down, plates scattered with crumbs, the candle burned low. I'm Emily, 32, and the laughter from Zoe, Lily, and Uncle Ray lingers, a warmth I'm learning to trust again. I clear the table, my hands moving slow, savoring the quiet rhythm. In the kitchen, I find a small box on the counter delivered earlier, forgotten in the bustle. It's from Mrs. Gail Derrick and Hannah's neighbor, with a note for standing up. Inside, a homemade pie apple, its crust golden, a gesture that catches me off guard. I set the pie down, my fingers tracing the tin, and think of Gail's courage calling out Derek when no one else did. It's a small thing, this pie, but it's heavy with meaning, a reminder that truth finds its allies. I step back into the living room, where Lily's sketching, her pencil soft against the page. Can I help you with your college essay soon? I ask, my voice low. She nods, her smile shy but bright, and I see it, a future we're building step by step. Later, after they've gone, I sit alone, a mug of tea steaming in my hands. My apartment feels bigger now, not empty, but open, like it's waiting for what's next. I think of the freelance job, the herbs on my sill, the way Zoe called me solid. I'm not the Emily who trusted too much, nor the one who stood shaking in the courthouse. I'm something new, quieter, but rooted like a tree that's weathered a storm. I walked to my bookshelf, pulling down a photo album, its pages stiff with age. There's Dad grinning at a picnic, Hannah beside him, her braids swinging. I don't flinch at her face, not anymore. I miss her, but the ache's softer now, like a bruise fading. I close the album, my fingers lingering, and decide to visit Dad's grave tomorrow, to tell him I'm okay, not in anger, but in peace. A letter from Hannah arrived this morning, unopened, tucked in a drawer. I don't need to read it, not yet, maybe not ever. Forgiveness isn't a door I have to walk through today. I'm learning to carry what I can, to set down what I can't. My phone lights up a confirmation for a solo trip I booked to the coast, just a weekend, but mine. I smile small, the idea of waves and salt air enough for now. I step onto my balcony, the city humming below stars, hidden, but there somewhere. The mug's warm in my hands, the tea's steam curling into the night. I think of Lily's drawing that girl against the storm, and realize she's right. I've stood through worse than I thought I could. I breathe deep, the air clean, and let the moment hold me steady, like a hand I've learned to trust my own. The ocean stretches wide before me, a gray-blue sheet under a fading sun. I'm Emily, 32, standing on a quiet beach, my solo trip to the coast, a promise I kept to myself. The sands cool between my toes, and I walk slow, letting the waves' rhythm steady my breath. Months ago, I was a wreck. My bank account empty, my family splintered. Now I'm here, not fixed, but mending, learning to carry my own weight. I've rented a small cottage for the weekend, a weathered place with creaky floors and a porch overlooking the sea. Mornings I sit there with coffee, sketching designs on a notepad, ideas for clients who've started trusting my work. The freelance gigs are steady now enough to rebuild my savings bit by bit. It's not the money that matters, but the space it gives me, the freedom to choose my days. Back home, I've started running, not far, just around the block, my sneakers pounding the pavement at dawn. It's new, this need to move, to feel my lungs burn and my heart race. Each step feels like claiming ground, like I'm running towards something, not away. I nod to the same joggers each morning, strangers who smile back, and it's small, but it's mine, a thread to the world. I think of Lily often, how we meet for coffee. Now her college applications spread across the table. She's applied to art school, her sketches bold and fearless. And I'm helping her write essays, finding words for her dreams. It's healing, not just for her, but for me, like we're building a bridge over the cracks Derek left. Zoe's still around too, her texts sharp and funny, pushing me to try new things like the pottery class I signed up for, my hands shaping clay into uneven bowls. This beach, though, it's where I feel the shift most. I pick up a smooth stone, its edges worn by the tide, and turn it over in my hand. I've stopped checking my phone for Hannah's calls, stopped waiting for her to make things right. I heard she left Derek, moved to a new town with the kids starting over. I don't know if it's true, and for the first time, I don't need to. My heart's open, but it's not begging anymore. I sit on the sand, the stone still in my hand, and watch the waves roll in steady, endless. The cottage's lights glow behind me, a beacon in the dusk. I'm not the Emily who trusted too much, nor the one who stood shaking in Clara's living room. I'm just me here, breathing whole, in a way I didn't think I could be. The tide pulls back, and I let the moment settle soft, like a door closing gently. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the ocean a soft gold. I'm Emily, 32, still on this beach, the stone now tucked in my pocket, a quiet weight. I pull out a small notebook from my bag, its pages blank, waiting. I start writing, not a plan or a list, but a letter to the girl. I was the one who thought love meant never saying no. You're enough. I write my pen steady. You always were. The words feel like a vow when I'm finally ready to keep. I think of the people who held me up, not by fixing things, but by seeing me. Zoe, with her blunt courage, teaching me to guard my edges without closing off. Lily, her quiet fire, showing me family can be chosen, built on truth. Even Mrs. Gale, her pie, a reminder that kindness finds you when you stand firm. They're not my blood, not all of them, but they're my people, and that's enough. Walking back to the cottage, my shoes leave faint prints in the sand, soon smoothed by the tide. I've learned something not in a flash, but slow, like water carving stone. Trust isn't owed not to family, not to anyone. It's earned, given carefully, and it starts with trusting myself. I used to think strength was holding everyone together, even when they hurt me. Now I know it's letting go, not out of anger, but love for the person I'm becoming. I pause at the cottage steps, the night air cool, the stars starting to show. I don't need to be right or loud or whole yet. I just need to keep walking one step, then another, toward a life that's mine. The ocean hums a sound older than my pain, and I feel it a peace that doesn't erase the scars, but makes them lighter, like lines in a story I'm still writing. What's the hardest truth you've had to face to find your freedom? Share it below. Let's hold space for each other's stories. If this journey spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Thank you for listening, for being here. May you find your own quiet strength wherever you are tonight.